Hello there, it's me again. Been a bloody while, hasn't it? The beard's gone. For those who didn't see it, end up quite a big beard, but it was setting off a psoriasis on the face, and I thought, look at it, it's got to go. Making me look very old. So, little tip, right? If you're the wrong side of 35, like I am, just about to hit 40, we'll do a bit of a walk. So I've just done a panorama using a photo synth on the iPhone, right? I'm just waiting for it to sort itself out, so I'll put that in my pocket. If you're the wrong side of sort of 30, let's say, you'll notice your skin changes as you get older, right? And it gets a bit more leathery and not as nice. If you want your skin to look like it's lovely and young, like you're 16 again, Wayne's top tip, right? And if you're not that age, remember this, because you'll bloody want it when you get older. I found this by accident. When I shaved my beard off, right, because I had it for about 2 months, it protects the skin, right? Especially when it gets big and bushy. So when you come to shave it off, well, actually what I used was some hair clippers, right? Hair clippers and a razor. And when I was finished, the skin was lovely. You think I was 16. Knocked me about 20 years off me. So, yeah, I might actually maybe grow a little one just before I end use it, just so I can make myself look a bit better, you know. We'll see. Now, there's not a lot I can actually tell you at the moment, because for those of you that don't know, the reason why the Waynecast blackout has been because I've been working on my short film, which has got to be completed, ready to show and do a complete breakdown of it at the end user event in Holland on the 30th to the 30th of June to the 1st of July. I'm there a little bit longer because I've got some more stuff to do, but you know, yeah. So I'm there a while, you know. Well, yeah, a little while. The trouble is, this show is very, very, well, it's fucking stupid, really. It's adventurous. What I'm attempting to do is something of Hollywood quality on a budget of 25 quid. If I manage it, then to me that's the ultimate cool factor. Not for everybody else, but for me, right? Because this is a story that I've had in my head. I've got hundreds of these bloody things knocking around up there, you know. I've had this one in my head since I was 17, so it's 23 years ago, right? So I'm 40 on the 23rd of May. Yeah, scary. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. There's a couple of teaser images on my website, on the blog. That's all I'm going to say. It is stupid. Everybody that I've mentioned exactly what's involved have said, "Are you fucking crazy?" But they've also seen, you know, more than is out publicly. A couple of people, and I've had some very good feedback. And, you know, apparently it's good, but you know, I'm not as confident because 80-90% of this short is done by me alone. The rest, Rob Angle's been in since the early days. He's been doing some concept art, helping with some of the rigging. Sasha Hendricks, who some of you might know from around the Mudbox community. I brought Sasha in to do some environment stuff. There's a big castle, actually it's Bamburgh Castle, but as my dad was ill and busy, he couldn't take me there to do a shoot. So as a result, we've had to do it in 3D. And it's a big castle, right? Now I handed that to Sasha basically because I know he can do the job, and the other shots need my attention more. Because without these other shots, there isn't a fucking short, basically. So it needed to be done. There's a rabbit over there. I don't know if you can see it. Just over by that tree. If it'll move, it's not going to move. I'll focus on that in case it moves. But I don't think you can see it anyway. It's gone. But yeah, so it's taking all my time up. I've been, last night I didn't stop working until about 3:30 in the morning. For the past, what, 3 weeks more. It's been 3-4 AM before I go, even start going to sleep. I'm up at 7 with the kids, so I'm extremely tired, extremely grumpy, and I'm not earning any money because I cleared everything to finish this short. The reason I got into 3D, as I've said before, wasn't to do bloody Mudbox models or ZBrush models or anything else, right? It wasn't just to do models, it was to do films, right? That was the whole reason it was to make the story ideas that are in my head, that are rattling around in this little bloody, you know, bunch of grey cells up there. And some I think are pretty damn good. Now nobody's going to make them except me, and the only way I could ever get them to make them was to get all the skills I needed myself. That's basically what I've been trying to do. I got sort of sidetracked for a while, but as you know, not that was a bad thing, but it was time to get back on track a bit and put some more things in pipeline. So there's a lot of things that I've had to learn. things that I maybe knew but didn't know at a good enough production level. You know, I'm not the all-seeing eye, I don't pretend to know everything. But for this, you had to try and know everything to make a shot yourself of this quality. It would have been simple to put a sort of one of those, you know, little bloody posts on the hub or somewhere, or CG Talk, if anybody wants to help, but I thought, well, that negates the whole idea of it. The trouble is, the more people you bring in, the more people want to change it and make it their idea. That is not going to happen. I'm a pain in the arse to work for, because I want it the way it is when I close my eyes, and it will not change. I've had this in my head for 23 years. Nobody can come in at the last minute and start making changes, right? The only person who will make changes is me. Now, there's a couple of shots I may have to change purely just for time reasons. Now, there's one particular scene where there's a certain type of thing. I'm not sure, given the lighting, whether it's going to show up right. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to alter the shot, which is not what I want to do. I don't want to use just something else in its place. If it doesn't fit, I've got to come up with something else that fits. So I've basically got to do a rewrite, if that's the case. I won't know till I get the first renders back. But yeah, I'll put it on 720p. I'm not doing 1080 because that's just, there's no fucking way I can do that in 2 months and 25 quid, right? Because although Breitling Effects in Germany are letting me their render farm, which I haven't used yet, some stuff has to be done on my machine, because I've wrote a number of sort of applications and plugins to enable me to do stuff, right? Stuff that normally there's big applications out there that are very expensive. And I thought, well, I'm not a pirate, I'm not going to pirate shit. So the easiest way, to be honest, was to write something myself. Now, you won't see these applications, they're only for me, and some of them are based on code from all over the place, right? From on bloody Google, and so I couldn't put them out if I wanted to. But they're good internal things. Let's see what time we've got. I'll have to be careful with this today because it's not fully charged. I just want to see this panorama's finished. Should really have a look. Let's see if I'll let you have a look, see if it finished. Oh, there it is. Whoa, look. It's the bridge where we do them. It's turned out a bit strange, but there you go. You can have a full 360 of the damn thing now, man. It's not perfect, but yeah, you see, it's like, you know, you can see where I stand, and that's what the ground looks like. Right? And if you look over that bit, that's where the transformers are. Then now there's apparently there's 4 of the buggers. I've got some other ones there. You're not seeing some of the other ones. So I've got my workroom and some other shit. I don't know, I mentioned about 3D prints that were getting done. This guy's going to start selling us a range. First one arrived, and it's pretty groovy. But you're big, little guy with a skull for a head that's wearing sort of a uniform that's definitely not the Red Skull. Not even a little bit. But hey, you know, they haven't got a copyright on skulls, right? Guy can have a skull, he might want to wear a uniform, as long as it's a different uniform and it looks a little bit different. But actually that was just doodled on for me, it was a test. Now bear in mind this machine prints to a resolution of 3 microns that he's using, and it still could not capture all the detail on the dentist model. Even the reduced version, he tried to load it and it basically had a hissy fit. That model had more detail than, you know, people ever realised, and that was the reason why I did it, because it proved a point, basically. You know, it proves what you could do, not only with mud boxes, because that's beside the point, but it proved, you know, how much detail you can put into something, and sometimes there's such things, too much detail. Now in the case of that model, that was too much detail, but that was the reason why it was done. But yeah, so this shot's taking up every week at the moment. Like now I'm panicking at the moment because there was one thing I needed, bit of sort of technology to nail. I nailed it last night. Now I'm having to use 3 different render engines to get the best out of this shot. 3. As well as my usual mental array, I'm also, because the render farm supports it, having to set stuff up so it'll render in V-Ray. Now I don't own a V-Ray license, right? So that's quite hard to set things up. So I'm having to use bloody borrowed laptops and all sorts of shit to get, you know, to set the stuff up for the render farm. But, you know, at the end of the day, Chaos Group will probably like what they see anyway. In fact, I'm guessing they probably will. I'm also having to use, for some stuff, because one scene alone had over 670 million polygons. That's not displacement, that's raw polygons in the scene. I had to use 3D Light. Now I'm only using the free version, right? Which I think is limited to 1 thread on 1 core. which slows things down a bit, but at least it'll render it out without frying the machine, which is good, you know. But I don't use RenderMan renderers, so I'm having to try and get my head around that. Now, if anybody knows how to get a screen space normal pass out of 3D Light or a RenderMan renderer, let me know. There should be just a shader, you know, you'd think. But it's all going to be done at command line, you know, so I'm not sure what the fuck I'm doing with a command line on 3D Light, to be honest. I'm also, you know, I've been trying to find time to try out a few other bits of tech that I've been asked to do beta tests for and stuff like that, but it's finding the fucking time. One that has came up invaluable is the dual quaternion skinning, you know, the extra skin thing that the lads that I forget the name, but they passed me over that, and that has become invaluable. Now, I'm terrible at rigging and skinning, as a lot of people know. I can do it, right, but it takes me ages. I spent 2.5 weeks trying to rig one character, for God's sake. Now I turned around and realised that this rig, there's only going to be a handful of guys done before the end of the bloody short, you know, and nobody to render it, so that's why I had to bring in Rob Angle and a couple of other guys that I've offered, because otherwise it wouldn't get done. Now, loads of you, the people watching this, that will be laughing at this point and saying, how the hell do you take 2.5 weeks? Bearing in mind it's from 9 in the morning through the following morning, right? So what's that, 18 hours? Sort of a week today. Well, you know, it's a long story. To be honest, it's the one area I need to seriously start stepping my game up on. But I've had a go rigging in Maya, and Maya, I like Maya's rigging better. I'm not sure what it is, but I just like the rigging Maya better. It plays, but the trouble is, a lot of the mocap that I've been using for some of the dudes is all in BIP format for the Max Biped, which means I can't fucking use it in Motion Builder. Now, I've tried importing basically Max Skeleton with the animation and extracting, but the moment you do that, I'm basically missing all sort of pelvis movement. It's like if the bloke's running, right, it's like he's running, but like he's on the spot with the pelvis froze, and that's not good to me. I've got to find a way around that. If anybody knows a way around it, let us bloody know, you know, because that's a serious fucking thing at the moment. Otherwise, I'm somewhat limited to what mocap I can use. Right, what time is it? Right, time to call it a day. I'll see you in the next one.